House. Jackie, thank you.
Thanks.
For more on the latest here, let's bring in Michael Waltz. He is the first Green Beret to serve in Congress, a Florida congressman and member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. I mentioned it earlier. I've been reading intelligence briefs for a week or more that this was expected out of Iran. Is this something that you expected, Congressman?
Well, John, I think we have to take a step back here. There is no other way to describe the Obama-Biden Middle East policy except as a dangerous disaster. I mean, this is an utter calamity. And in just a few years ago, under President Trump, ISIS was destroyed, Iran was broke and on their back foot, and we had the Abraham Accords. And look where we are now. And I think the fundamental mistake, the fundamental underpinning has been an appeasement strategy from the Biden administration that's so focused on what they call de-escalation that it has signaled to the region and certainly to Iran that they have room to push, that they can achieve their goals as the Biden administration continues to try to appease and back away. And that's been reinforced by just last year. We refused to push the UN to renew sanctions on Iran's drone and missile program. Now they're literally flying towards Israel. We have not enforced the oil sanctions. 90% of their oil is being sold to China. We have backed away from our greatest ally, Israel, very publicly. And by the way, we spent the last couple of years practically begging Iran to get back into an Iran deal using Russia as an intermediary. And the lead negotiator is now under investigation by the FBI for some type of traitorous activity towards Iran it is just the list is so long that Iran clearly thinks it can get away with this and sees this as an opportunity. And we have to have a commander in chief, John. November can't come soon enough. We have to have a commander in chief that our enemies respect and fear. And we do not have that. The Abraham
Accords were negotiated, obviously, under the Trump administration. A lot of people feel like, a lot of experts feel like the October 7th massacre was designed in part to try to undermine the Abraham Accords, to sort of separate Israel from those Arab nations that have been reaching out toward it and either establishing diplomatic relations or perhaps creating diplomatic relations in the future. How does this, on the part of Iran, how does that change any of that, do you think?
Well, and just in terms of this strike, it's still unclear. It's still early. Is this going to be like what Iran did after President Trump took out Soleimani, where they basically they knew they had to, for their own domestic populace and kind of their reputation in jihadi world and in the region, they had to do something, but it was basically a symbolic hit back. Is this a symbolic hit back in response to Israel taking out the IRGC in a consulate? Or is this the ring of fire that the Ayatollah has always promised? And this is just the first wave. The thing I'm watching is, do we hit city centers and civilian centers, or do those drones go after military targets? And secondarily, does Hezbollah to the north unleash its full arsenal? And its approach has always been to overwhelm Israeli defenses with what we call dumb rockets, and then followed by precision-guided that could hit critical Israeli infrastructure. I think that's the piece to watch overnight. Is this symbolic, or is this the ring of fire?
Michael Waltz, the first Green Beret to serve in Congress and an former advisor at the White House and the Pentagon as well. Michael, Congressman, thank you.
Thanks, John.
We want to bring in Adil Cohen, an IDF soldier who went back to Israel to serve.